वेलकम टू वीलर्न में आपका स्वागत है। इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस फाइनेंस, इन्वेस्टिंग इन फॉरेन ऑपरेशन, सेशन नंबर 6। टॉपिक कवर्ड इन दिस सेशन: कॉर्पोरेट स्ट्रेटेजी एंड फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रेगुलेशन FERA एंड FEMA, Indian regulation of foreign direct investment and guidelines, project appraisal, adjustment present value techniques, cost of capital for foreign investment, weighted average cost of capital for foreign project, cost of various source of fund, and the cost of retained earning. And now corporate strategy and foreign direct investment. Multinational corporation is a corporate undertaking whose industrial operating are based in more than 2 countries and whose decision making process is based on the overall strategy. उस तरह के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिनका कारोबार दो से ज़्यादा, अगर दो में करेंगे हम तो बाइलेटरल या ट्रांसनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होगा, लेकिन मल्टीलेटरल का मतलब होता है दो से ज़्यादा कंपनीज अगर हमारी अलग अलग देशों में हैं तो इस तरह का ऑर्गेनाइजेशन मल्टीनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या मल्टीनेशनल कॉरपोरेशन कहलाता है, जिसको हम MNC कहते हैं। और उनका जो डिसीजन मेकिंग प्रोसेस जो होता है वो ओवरऑल स्ट्रेटेजी पर डिपेंड करता है। फॉरेन डायरेक्ट इन्वेस्टमेंट FDI involves the setting up of subsidiaries in foreign countries for the domestic production of commodities which previously imported from the parent company. It is more concerned to developing countries where financial resources have more constraint. It makes an opportunity of proper globalization concept and development of resources and technology in worldwide. In competitive advantage scenario, it gives an opportunity of marketing expansion and as well as production and operation activities leveraged. Corporate strategy, joint ventures and global expansion, like the 7th S model, self subordinates goal, style, system, strategy, structure, skills and staff. सुपर नॉर्मल गोल और सुपर और ऑर्डिनेट गोल जो होता है उसके चारों तरफ 6x मूव करते हैं। जैसे पहला होता है स्टाफ। किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को अगर अपना गोल अचीव करना होता है उसके लिए स्किल्ड स्टाफ की ज़रूरत होती है, कोऑर्डिनेटेड स्टाफ की ज़रूरत होती है, डेडिकेटेड स्टाफ की ज़रूरत होती है। विदाउट स्टाफ के कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन अपना गोल अचीव नहीं कर पाता है। इसलिए इट इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स ऑफ एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। सेकेंड इज स्टाइल, मीन्स सिस्टम, मेथड टू वर्किंग, मेथड ऑफ वर्किंग ऑफ एवरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कि किस स्टाइल में वो काम कर रहे हैं, क्या टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करते हैं। तो इस तरह से स्टाइल इज ऑल्सो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट। नेक्स्ट वन इज अ सिस्टम, कि एक सिस्टम अप्रोच होनी चाहिए किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को अपने ग्लोबल एक्सपेंशन अगर करना है तो उसके लिए जो है सिस्टम अप्रोच इज ऑल्सो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स। देन स्ट्रेटेजी, ऑल ओवर स्ट्रेटेजी इज ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड। देन स्ट्रक्चर, ग्लोबल स्ट्रक्चर अगर आपका होता है तभी आप जो है ग्लोबल एक्सपेंशन या जॉइंट वेंचर कर पाएंगे। देन स्किल्स इज ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड एंड स्किल्ड लेबर, स्किल्ड स्टाफ की आपको सख्त ज़रूरत है। तो ये आपका मैकेंजी 7S फ्रेमवर्क मॉडल भी कहलाता है स्ट्रेटेजी के टर्म्स में। मैकेंजी 7X मीन्स मैकेंजी ने इसको डेवलप किया था इस मॉडल को, और ये मॉडल सभी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अप्लाई होता है। It is often used in the context of a company's plan of action that causes it to allocate its scarce resources, especially finance, over time, to get from where it is to where it wants to go. Strategy has been depicted as the base of a cold triangle, three hard elements, superimposed by four soft elements in the well-known 7S मॉडल, जिसके अंदर आपने देखा 7S मॉडल के अंदर 3 हार्ड एलिमेंट हैं और 4 जो हैं सॉफ्ट एलिमेंट होते हैं। कॉर्पोरेट स्ट्रेटेजी इन एसोसिएशन विद स्ट्रक्चर, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन चार्ट एंड सिस्टम प्रोसीजर्स इज सपोज टू अचीव सुपर ऑर्डिनेट गोल्स or significant objectives or guiding concepts through skills, distinctive capability, staff, personnels, and style organizational culture. Now, Indian regulation of foreign direct investment. In December 1996, the Reserve Bank of India allow automatic approval of FDI up to 74% in 9 categories. Category number 1, electricity generation and transmission. नॉन कन्वेंशनल एनर्जी जनरेशन एंड ट्रांसमिशन के अंदर रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने अलाउ किया कि आप जो है 74% तक विदेशी निवेश कर सकते हैं। कोई भी विदेश बाहर की कंपनी आकर के हमारे यहाँ व्यवसाय कर सकती है इन द फील्ड ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन एंड ट्रांसमिशन में। नंबर 2, मेंटेनेंस ऑफ रोड्स, ब्रिजेस, पोर्ट्स, हार्बर्स, रनवेज, वाटरवेज, टनल्स, पाइपलाइंस, इंडस्ट्रियल एंड पावर प्लांट, ये कुछ सेक्टर्स स्पेसिफाई किए गए गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के द्वारा कि इनके अंदर भी आप जो है इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं। नेक्स्ट वन, पाइपलाइन ट्रांसपोर्ट एक्सेप्ट POL, दैट मीन्स पेट्रोलियम, ऑयल एंड लुब्रिकेंट की पाइपलाइन को छोड़ करके, क्योंकि ये जो है सिक्योरिटी के पहलू से और सिक्योरिटी को मद्देनज़र रखते हुए इनको गवर्नमेंट ने अपने पास रखा, एंड गैस ऑल्सो। नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, वाटर ट्रांसपोर्ट में भी FDI को हमने इनवाइट किया है। नाउ फॉरेन एक्सचेंज रेगुलेशन और FERA एंड FEMA। FERA, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act 1973, was enacted on the recommendation 47th report of Law Commission. After reviewing FERA, FEMA was enacted in 1999. FERA considered offence as criminal offence, while FEMA considered civil offence. Appellate board replaced by appellate tribunal and special director appeals under FEMA. The defaulters shall be liable to civil imprisonment. The penalty is thrice the sum involved, or up to 2 lakhs rupees, which is higher. And now international project appraisal. Projects involve long-term expenditure, the amount of expenditure being generally large. An important characteristic of projects is once committed, it is difficult to liquidate without substantial loss. An obvious implication of it is that the cost of error of judgment in case of project is very high. So an international investor should appraise a project as standalone. Project appraisal is whether or not to put the money in the project. It means comparing return on investment with the cost of the fund. Only if the return is higher than the cost of funds, it would make sense to put the money in a project. Under the financial appraisal, market price based cash flows accruing to the project are considered. Under the economic appraisal, economic prices or shadow prices based cash flows accruing to the project are considered. Under the social appraisal, economic prices based cash flows accruing to project and its social and environmental context are considered. Technological appraisal involves assessment of the requirement of the construction, commissioning, operation and maintenance and abandonment phases of the project. Now project appraisal techniques. Discounting cash flow technique like NPV, IRR, PI, MIRR and discounting payback period. Under this system we have used the time value of money factor of financial management. Then non-discounting cash flow techniques like payback period and accounting rate of return, which is known as ARR. Under this system we cannot use the time value of money concept. इसमें जैसे पेबैक पीरियड अगर हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो वी वांट टू कैलकुलेट द टाइम पीरियड टू रिकवरिंग द इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट. अकाउंटिंग रेट ऑफ रिटर्न इज अ परसेंट रिटर्न ओवर द इन्वेस्टमेंट होता है. जबकि हम एनपीवी की बात करें तो नेट प्रेजेंट वैल्यू इक्वल टू नेट प्रेजेंट टोटल प्रेजेंट वैल्यू ऑफ कैश आउटफ्लो minus initial investment, which is equal to NPV. IRR, internal rate of return, is the actual rate of return on the investment. IRR is calculated when NPV is 0. जब NPV की वैल्यू 0 होती है और हम डिसीजंस नहीं ले पाते, then we have to calculate the IRR. Adjusted present techniques. It includes initial investment, project's remittable cash flows, contribution of subsidiaries and concessions to project, tax saving and other transfers to parent, and now cost of capital for investment. Cost of capital is the measure of financial performance of a firm. Cost of capital is the minimum risk adjusted return required by investors for undertaking an investment. The net present value of the future cash flows of the project exceeds or at least be equal to the project's cost of capital. This cost is used as a discount rate. Now weighted average cost of capital for foreign project. The weighted average cost of capital WACC of the project is the cost of equity combined with the after tax cost of debts. So cost of overall capital equal to K0 1 minus L I minus L into KE plus LID minus L minus T, where KO weighted cost of capital, L debt ratio, debt to total assets of the parent's company, KE cost of equity capital, ID 1 minus T equal to after tax cost of debt. Now cost of various source of funds. Cost of parent company's fund KO equal to KO plus I minus L multiply KE dash minus KE. KO cost of capital and change condition of the riskiness. KE dash cost of equity based on new perceptions of riskiness. KE company's cost of equity capital. L is the debt ratio of the parent company. Then cost of retained earning, KS equal to KE multiply 1 minus T, where KS equal to cost of retained earning, T tax rate, cost of foreign debt, RFD equal to RF 1 minus T, I minus D, where RFD cost of foreign debts, RF foreign interest rate, D percentage depreciation of foreign currency. And now cost of equity. Cost of equity is the minimum rate of return necessary to induce investors to buy or hold the RF. equal to RR equal to RF plus RD, where RR equal to required rate of return, RF risk free rate of return, and RD risk premium. Now dividend valuation model. KE, cost of equity, into G equal to dividend of 1 year divided by P0 plus G, where KE company's cost of equity capital, dividend 1 means expected dividend in first year, P0 current price of shares, and G equal to growth rate of dividend. Capital assets pricing model, CAPM. RIM equal to RF plus beta RM minus RF, where RI equal to equilibrium expected return for assets, RF equal to risk free rate, RM equal to expected return on market portfolio, BI equal to covariance between return and market portfolio. Now political risk and tax aspect. Political risk is defined as the possibility of unwanted consequences of political activity and events. There are three major categories of political risk. Number 1, forced disinvestment. Number 2, unwelcome regulation. And number 3, interference with operations. Forced disinvestment occurs when a host government acquires assets of a company against company's will. Assessment of political risk. The recognition of political risk and its likely consequences. This stage is concerned with measuring political risk. Number 2, the development of policies to cope with political risk. This stage is concerned with managing political risk. Number 3, should explorations occurs, the development of tactics to maximize compensation. This stage is concerned with developing post-expropriation policies. Now measuring political risk. There are two approaches to measure the political risk. Number 1, there is the country specific route called macro approach, and number 2, one can take the firm specific route called the micro approach. Managing political risk, pre-investment planning. An MNC can follow each or all of the following policies. Number 1, avoidance. Number 2, insurance. Number 3, negotiating the environment. Number 4, structuring the investment. Then operating policy. Operating policy include planned disinvestment. Number 2, short-term profit maximization. Number 3, changing the benefits cost ratio of expropriation. Number 4, developing total stakeholders. Number 5, adaptation. Post-expropriation policies include rational negotiations, applying power, legal remedies, management surrender, and then do it yourself. What is political risk? How it is managed? Question number 2, what is CAPM model? Write down its assumption, and that's it from session number 6. Thank you.